Hi, everyone. Hope everybody had a great day today. Um, Good morning in chat. It did get kind of slow toward the end of the day, not much happening, but all in all, a decent day overall in chat. I had another one of my one hit wonders, I guess you can call it that, or one and done. I trade one ticker today. I couldn't get it on the upside because the only thing I can say is I just froze. I mean, I can't put it any other way. I was looking at this thing in multiple levels. Look, going into pre-market. Like I said, I always like to watch the tickers I have on watch the first 30 minutes or the 30 minutes leading into the open because that gives me an idea of where I want to trade it. And this, I was interested in this level and a push up, and I expected this. Now, I'm working on looking at getting in a little bit early on some of these because watching the price action into the open, I'm pretty much able to predict what's going to happen with it. And as long as I can do that 80% of the time, then I'm happy. I'm not going to complain about that because if we're right 80% of the time as a trader, we're doing good. We're in business. So 70, 80% of the time, if I'm right, then, I may look at bumping my entries a little bit earlier. But in this case, we had this big 5 minute candle, which, early on in my trading career, this used to scare me away from a trade. Now that I know how to use these levels, the VWAP and everything, a candle like this doesn't mean anything to me if I can line a trade up on, some technical level. And right here is where I should have gotten long, or I could have gotten long here right off the VWAP and this 87.73 daily level. We got the push up, this open, sold off here, and then started the rebound. So I could have taken the trade long here, but I didn't. Here was another entry off of this level here. If I was worried about this level being so close, I could have waited, got in on this candle, and took it up to this level here. And this was my ultimate target if I was going to get long in here. And this was all planned out pre-market, but just flat froze on the long trade. So the other plan I had was to short this surge into resistance. Now with me, I always wait for it to make the turn. Very rarely will you see me anticipate the turn here. If I will always wait for it to fail at least one time before I go and try to get long on it. And this one almost bit me because I almost missed the trade. I tried getting filled here at 89.75. I anticipated this to move up and take me out at 85 and try to get the fade. Now, had I got in and it's pushed up and held above this level, then I would have stopped out. But it never went up, never touched 75. Then I tried to catch at 65. It didn't. I put it at 59 and I got filled. I'm the type trader. I like the fives and the zeros. So, and you'll see me a lot of times when I'm covering. Sometimes if it's slow and it's moving orderly, I'll have my orders out either 0 or 5. That's just, I don't know. I ain't no like that, I guess. I don't know. But that's what I like to do. And you'll see a lot of my covers will be around, those numbers. But I finally got in here at 89.59, which is, it's a little bit further away than I really want it to be. But it was still within my risk parameters, and it still allowed me either to take the stop at higher day break or hold over this level here, 89.77. Because if this came and claimed 89.77 and closed above it, my trade plan was dead. And that means get out. And I could always get back in if it, came back and made the move. So I always, and I can't stress this enough, if you have a stop at a technical level and your stock reclaims that technical level, you need to stop out. Don't get upset about being wrong, and don't worry about what if it turns around and starts to go the right way. If it does, get back in. Just as simple as that. But make sure you stop out when you're supposed to, because if you stop and you start second guessing yourself, then one day you're going to be looking down the wrong end of a gun barrel, because you would have blown, really, to be a cannon. It won't even be a gun barrel. So you don't want to get into that situation. You always stop out when you're supposed to stop out. But I got in here, got the almost immediate resolve, and that's just a product of me waiting until I get confirmation. The reason why my trades run as soon as I get in is I'm waiting for it, to confirm. I'm watching time and sales, and I'm waiting for to see the sellers take over. And once I see the sellers start to take over, I'm going to start jumping in and trying to get in this trade. And that's what happened. And that's the reason why I have to chase it sometimes, is because I'm waiting for confirmation. I don't, I didn't short it into the push, surging into resistance, which, professional and experienced traders will tell you that's the proper way to short, into resistance. But I wait for it to test and fail. And that's just the way, I trade. And because of that, sometimes I do miss these moves. But I stay safe, and that's the name of the game for me. So as soon as I got in, I got that immediate resolve. Took half off. Not took half off. I took a quarter off, halfway between my ultimate target. And this was my ultimate target, the 88.25. I initially thought it may bounce here, but I got this immediate resolve, and I went ahead and took a quarter position off here. When I got down to this level, 88.25, I think I got out at 88.20 because it was washing so fast. And I went ahead and took it. And then I just kind of waited, looking for this level for my next cover, 87.73. And I got out here at 87.81. Is where I got out. There were a lot of orders going through at 87.81. And I'll show, and later on you're going to see where that was significant when I show you something later on in the day. But this 81.81, I just kept seeing orders print. And I didn't see them on level 2 here, but I saw it, here in the time of sales. And I went ahead and covered, because I didn't wait for it to hit 73 because I thought it might turn around. So I went ahead and, covered here, and I had a quarter left that I was looking to cover here, 87.16. We got a nice wash down. I tried to get filled here in the 20s, but I couldn't. And then it pulled back up. And then once we got another wash back down in the 20s, I went ahead and covered the rest up. I can't think of a more perfect way to play this trade. And you can see we had a lot of bouncing around here. It stayed within this channel, but we had a lot of bouncy price action where it would run up and come back down and run up and come back down. And we finally got a little crack, here. but it didn't really hold that long. It kind of recovered, started trading back above this 87.16 level again. Then we got a little flash crack, came back up. And it was just, from there. Now, right here, there were a lot of prints going off at 87.01, 87.01, 87.01. Right in this area right here. And once I noticed that, I knew this thing was going to crack. I did not get filled. I tried to when I saw that, but this took off way too fast for me to get covered. So no, I'm sorry. Here was, yeah, it was this one right here. This took off way faster than I could really, get in the trade. And that's just one of those things that happens. But you can see it went back and tested VWAP again, pulled back, went back and tested VWAP again, then we got the washout, into the close. But really wanted this last trade here, wanted to catch this, pretty bad, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. When you're waiting for confirmation, you're gonna miss this. And that was my trade on NXPI. I just got the opening range fade is what we call this. Or I call it my opening range fade because it's normally after my opening range trade that I take to the long side. And then this is the opening range fade. But that's the only thing I caught today was the opening range fade. I didn't catch the upside of it. Now I have one ticker on 5 minutes. I have one ticker that's on my swing one swing that I have on. That's RY. This is the one that I was going to take off yesterday and really had the order ready to click it. But, I saw that it was still holding above this level. I never lost this support and I left it on. And today we got a little gap up and a push up. So I'm expecting tomorrow to get another gap up. What I don't like is this descending volume. I like this push. We had ascending volume. We had volume that was higher than the previous couple days. And that's what was driving this up. Now I'm seeing descending volume. That's the one thing I don't like about this trade. That means that there is a good chance that it can gap down. But, if it does, this is still my stop. Even if I stop out here, I still made a couple bucks and I'm happy with it. Still a successful trade. So I'm going to be holding this. I don't have any more candidates yet. I really haven't scanned tonight. I'll look tonight and see if there's another candidate since I do have some buying power freed up. Or if there's another longer term one that I might want to take, I might take it in my retirement account. But we'll see. Any potential swing trades, I will share them with my watch list and chat in the morning. So you'll see it. If you're starting to follow those, then you'll be able to see what I'm looking at, that morning. But remember, I may have 100% on swings now, but I've only got 5 or 6 in the book. So, I'm due to go backwards on 1 or 2 so that I can correct, so the trade gods will be happy. But that's all I've got for this evening. I hope everybody has a great evening. I will be doing my normal Wednesday Warrior Pro class in the Warrior Pro classroom. Not sure yet what time. It'll either be 4 or 4:30, but I'll announce that in chat as well. So everybody have a great evening, great night, or great morning, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you tomorrow in chat.